What is the lesson of the widow's mites? When Jesus was in the temple, he saw a poor widow who donated 2 small mites, which were coins of small value in those days. A widow is someone whose husband has passed away, so she is alone and without a companion and helper. Life could be hard for widows, especially if they were poor, because it could be difficult for them to earn money, so some needed extra support. Even Jesus indicated that some religious leaders took advantage of widows. Psalm says that God is a protector of widows. The Israelites were not to mistreat widows, and they were also instructed to set aside extra food for them. This poor widow was so devoted to God that she willingly gave all that she had, just 2 small coins. Instead of looking at the amount of the gift, Jesus saw her true character and her heart's desire to give her all. Others were giving too, but the way they gave was different. Rich men gave larger amounts, but in proportion to what they had, the woman had given the most of all. In Luke, Jesus said, "This poor widow has given more than all the rest of them. For they have given a tiny part of their surplus, but she, poor as she is, has given everything she has." Her example teaches us how God and Jesus look at giving. People today tend to be impressed with large, expensive gifts and big gestures of generosity, but God and Jesus look at the heart. Jesus wanted the disciples to understand that it is not always the great things we do that God values. Small daily sacrifices and self-denials can also represent our love and devotion to Him. Whether it be time, talent, energy, or money, giving is our privilege. It shows our love for God, Jesus, and others. 2 Corinthians says, God loves a cheerful giver. He looks at the attitude in which we give a gift, not the amount. When we care for others by giving, we are showing God what's in our heart. So, what is the lesson of the widow's mites? The poor widow's example teaches us the standard of godly sacrifice, to give all that we can with a willing heart. It also gives us insight into how God and Jesus look at giving. It's not about the amount of the gift, but the attitude behind it. Let's think of ways we can be more giving on a daily basis. Acts says, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Thank you for liking and subscribing.